record this. Look at that. So what does that mean?
All right, here we go. The following is a production of Galactic Netcasts.
Attention! The SciFi Geeks Club is next. Please stand by.
Live streaming provided by Alpha Geek Radio and Alpha Geek Video. Visit tunein.alphageekradio.com to learn more.
Hear ye, hear ye! Another meeting of the SciFi Geeks Club is officially called to order!
I see that you've given the proper secret knock and password, so you may enter the clubhouse. I'm President Dave Nelson, here for the meeting of this week's SciFi Geeks Club with Brad Ludwig. Hello, Brad.
Hello.
And our guest, who is an entertainer and a VP of Wolfking Studios. That means Vice President. Co-host of Trivia Geeks and creator-host of the Devil's Advocast. I love that name. Welcome back to the SciFi Geeks Club, Kari Simms. Kari, hello.
Hey, how's it going? It's great to be back.
Thanks for coming back on.
Oh, no problem. Anytime. Love hanging out with you guys.
And congratulations on your recent promotion at Wolfking Studios.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much. It was definitely something we kind of all needed to do so we could start, putting this team together. And, it's really nice to be affiliated with you guys and, kind of watch everything grow. So we're pretty excited. We got a lot of stuff in the works. It's nice to start running a business and, start making this, definitely something that we can have fun with and make into something great. So, yeah, I'm happy.
So you guys are treating Wolfking Studios as a business.
We are. So we have a writing staff and we have a production staff and we have a media staff and we are giving jobs and duties out where it goes, and it's working very, very well. It's starting to be productive. Starting to be productive. So
we speak fluent, Kari. We knew what.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh man, it's been a long day. I've been working all day with these guys, and it's a lot of stuff to be going through. But we've got a lot of revamping going on, which is cool. Just kind of a little blurb out there for you guys. I'll let it out. Trivia Geeks is kind of being revamped, and we're super excited of where this is going. The time limit's kind of being cut down, and we're changing it up to make it more interactive with the audience and with the viewers and the guests. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So you guys got to look for it in the next couple of weeks here.
All right, let's get into our news. Let's do this thing.
Headline news of vital, significant events from every corner of the earth. Spoken news brought into your home, your office, even into your car as you speed along the highway. This is the news. Here are the headlines.
All right, 3 big sci-fi stories from the week and from The Verge. British princes, Prince William and Prince Harry will reportedly play stormtroopers in Star Wars Episode 8. This is pretty awesome. They did a lot of this stuff with Episode 7. They put people who are pretty well known in characters that you won't recognize them in the actual movie, like James Bond. What's his name? What's the actor? Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig, yeah.
He actually was a stormtrooper and had a speaking part. Did you guys know that?
Yep, yes. I certainly did. He was the one, wasn't he the one that came around when she was locked in the chair and she said, I can't remember what she said specifically, but she was just take off my chains or whatever. And he's like, I'll take off your chains. Wasn't that him? Wasn't that?
Yeah, she was learning how to use the Force, and at first it didn't work. And then eventually it kicked in and he actually let her go.
Yeah. So that was his big acting gig there. So I thought I think it's kind of cool when they do that, when they throw some people in there and they can kind of be a part of. Seriously, it was part of history. So I think it's pretty cool.
Simon Pegg was an alien character, right?
He was the.
You guys know who he was?
Yep, I sure do. He was the guy who she was trading her oh God, the stuff that she was doing every day that she was trying to trade for food.
Yeah.
He was the guy all dressed up he was like a monster kind of behind there. And he was the one giving her the certain amount of, things. He was trying to get the droid and everything.
Yeah, he wanted BB-8. Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted BB-8. So that was him. Yep. You can actually hear it too. If you pay attention a little bit, you can kind of hear Simon Pegg's voice just a little bit, but you got to really be listening for it.
So they weren't officially there. They weren't officially there to be part of the movie. It was basically a tour, but then at the last minute, I'm sure they had all this planned in advance. Mm-hmm. But at the last minute, they're like, this is from the Daily Mail. The source says, what really happened is the director came over and told them it was time to get suited, and off they went to wardrobe for their shots.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can I be in a movie? That's awesome.
And it's not just awesome because they're, the British royalty. It's awesome because it's those two guys. Like both those guys are awesome dudes. Like I mean, I think they're the first generation of British royalty that really get that they're not anything special, really. Right. And I think they have their mom to thank for that. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
It's kind of where their upbringing was because she wasn't really much of anything before she married Prince Charles.
Right. Well, yeah, it's kind of a humbling kind of a place to put them, it's just make them a stormtrooper, but it's still like, it's cool as hell. So, I mean, the thing is, it's like, they don't need to be any more famous. It's kind of like, Daniel Craig, he doesn't need to be any more Bond-like, it's just kind of cool. Sometimes you just kind of do shit because it's cool,
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know how old these guys are, but I think they're probably like mid-30s, maybe about there. So, I mean, Star Wars was probably part of their growing up bringing, I would think.
Yeah.
In some way. I mean, maybe not the original series, but maybe the second part. So, I mean, I'm sure they have a love for it.
Okay, so we have two Star Wars related stories. The second one this comes from EmpireOnline.com. Episode 8 director contributed to a novel. The official Star Wars website has revealed an intriguing new detail about Claudia Gray's new book, Bloodline, about how the First Order came into being. Rian Johnson, director of the currently shooting Star Wars Episode 8, was involved in the writing. Some of the story ideas and elements came straight from Rian. The official quote. And this is kind of a neat sounding book. It takes place during the decades between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. Bloodline, which goes on sale on May 3rd, focuses on Leia and the galaxy's recovery from the Iron Fist of the Empire in the aftermath of the second Death Star's destruction. The novel will introduce a new character, and pardon me while I totally screw this up. Is it Ransom Casterfo? Brad, would you pronounce it that way?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say Ransom Caster. I'd go with that.
Okay. An ambitious young senator who's Leia's political opposite in virtually every way. He even collects artifacts from the Empire like pro-Palpatine banners. He's indictive. Indictive? No, indicative. What does that mean? That doesn't make any sense.
It sounds like something I would say, so just keep going with it.
Okay. The author says he's indicative. Oh, okay. Of a new generation that doesn't remember the lessons of the rebellion or recognize the wrongs of the Empire. And Leia begins to see the cracks in the foundation that could lead to a dangerous future for the galaxy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Brad, does this interest you at all?
I have so much that I've got a backlog of books and stuff to read.
Yeah.
So this would just be in the queue, and I'll get to it in about 4 months. Yeah, my Kindle is loaded currently, so I got a lot of reading to do.
But if you had time, if you had nothing else to read right now, would this be of interest to you?
Yeah,
yes.
I guess it would. From what I've seen They've done some really cool things. They've jettisoned so much of the what was previously canon, and now they're kind of rebuilding and kind of retooling things. So yeah, it would be nice to get a more complete picture of how the universe is structured. So yeah, I would.
All right. Well, it's going to be going on sale. What did I say? May 6th? No, May 3rd. I keep on thinking it's May 6th. That's Spider-Man. Captain America: Civil War is May 6th, right?
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that's out. Is that next weekend? Is that next Friday?
Weekend. Yes.
Captain America next Friday. Okay, I gotta get that in my head, man.
Yeah.
Yes,
Super
ma'am.
exciting. Very, very exciting.
Yes.
Spider-Man done right. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Is that possible?
I think it is.
Did you see the latest? I think it was a TV, not a full trailer, but a TV commercial. They showed more of Spider-Man.
Yep.
Oh, did they? No, I haven't seen it. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it was a trailer from I can't remember what country. But yeah, it had a little bit more of Spider-Man stuff, and
When
it was pretty cool.
did it come out?
I saw an American one with the same trailer, but it was American.
Okay, yeah, the one that I saw, I think, was released in Britain. They had released it a little bit earlier than the U.S. version.
Okay. Yeah, this one shows Spidey actually doing some web slinging and fighting with Winter Soldier.
Oh, neat.
And he says something snarky about his metal arm. No, he says, metal arm, cool.
Yeah. Just showing how much of a teenager that he is, which is cool that they're really digging into that.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's like a breath of fresh air in the Marvel universe, really. But between him and Ant-Man, that's going to be a fun film. But besides all the heavy stuff, I think they're going to lighten it up a little bit between those two.
Yeah, I hope so. Because it's going to be pretty heavy, isn't it?
Can't wait to see Ant-Man flying on the tip of Hawkeye's arrow. Yeah,
I'm glad you clarified that.
You're a dirty, dirty man. You know that?
What?
Dirty, 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 dirty man.
Could have been on the tip of his nose. Whatever. Who's the pervert here? You are.
You told me this is rated G. Come on. I'm doing the very bestest I can.
Harry, you did.
Don't provoke the beast within, Brad. Jesus.
We do salute you.
Harry, you swear at 7:08. So you're the winner for the first person to use any kind of profanity on this.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
So
that's all right. Hey, Kari. Kari.
Yeah.
We still love you.
Okay, well, that's good because I can't. I try to change as best as I can. I try to filter myself, but my gosh, I can't do it.
You be you.
I am. That's what my daughter says. You be you. I got this, Mom. You be you. Well, okay.
Let's get in the subject of Marvel films for a second. From comicbook.com, Nathan Fillion's role in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 revealed. It's been revealed. The fan favorite and Firefly star will be playing Simon Williams, a.k.a. Wonder Man. Now, I've got a description of this character in the story, but I want Brad, with his infinite knowledge of all things comic book, to tell us who Wonder Man, a.k.a. Simon Williams, is.
There's so much history there. He was a guy who ended up dying and being reanimated with ionic energy. And trying to compact so much history in on this. He was evil for a period of time. Then he became unevil, and then he died, and then he came back as just a pure ionic energy form, and then he got better, and there you go.
Okay.
But he was like a combination stuntman actor. He could do all of his own stunts because, he could get brutally beaten, and because he was a superhero, he was fine. So he was a top billed actor, and was definitely wanted for movies.
He was at one time he was part of the Avengers, right?
Yes, absolutely he was.
And then the Avengers Unity Division, whatever that is.
Yeah, they did all sorts of goofy things with the Avengers.
Okay, so his character, we're not quite sure the extent to what he's going to, or how much he's going to be in this film, because photos surfaced online that showed Fillion's face on several mock movie posters surrounding a theater in Cartersville, Georgia. Its marquee reveals the theater is hosting a Simon Williams movie festival. The shoot seems to confirm that a portion of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 will take place on Earth, but whether it will be flashbacks or present day is not clear at this time. And comicbook.com went on to kind of guess that this is just going to be like Easter eggs, and it's not going to be, he's not going to actually play the character in the film.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
We'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll see whenever the movie comes out. I think it's next year, right?
Yeah.
Yes. One of the things that, and I want to point out to folks, is as you flip through the pictures on this link, you're going to see it's, it looks like, it's Toxic Janitor 2, which is one of the movie posters. Now, the thing of note is that James Gunn worked with Trauma Studios, and he got his first work in Trauma Studios. So he's had the I can't remember the guy's name that created Trauma Studios.
How dare you not know everything?
I was gonna say, I'm like, what, the savant doesn't know? Jeez, oh Pete.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting older, obviously. Lloyd Kaufman, that's his name. Lloyd Kaufman actually appears in the first Guardians of the Galaxy film. Any project that James Gunn has done, he's tried to get Lloyd Kaufman in at some point. And the reason why I bring up Toxic Janitor is because James Gunn, again, as a tip of the hat to Trauma Studios, that was one of the first things he did, is he worked on Toxic Avenger. So he put in that little Easter egg tip of the hat to where he came from. So
that's cool. I love when studios, or I love when directors and producers and people in the business do that. Like, one example that everybody knows is Stan Lee makes the cameo in all the Marvel movies.
Right.
But like, I can't think of another example. But things like this, like, the guy that was in Heroes. He is always in the J.J. Abrams films because they're buddies.
Oh, the guy.
He was in Star Wars Episode 7.
The chubby guy.
Yeah.
Him? Yeah. What is his name?
I forget.
I
love this game.
I know, it's like trivia over here.
Jorge Garcia.
No, that's not the one I was thinking of, though.
No,
that's,
he's the chubby guy. He's the one that... Is that him?
You're thinking of Lost.
I thought you said Lost.
No,
I said that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Peter. He played the character Peter?
He was the cop in
isn't it? Wait. Greg Grunberg?
Yes. Greg Grunberg. Yeah.
All right, look at that.
Yeah.
I figured it out. That's it. Thank you. I am so good with faces, but when you like, it's funny because like my boyfriend will start getting geeky out and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, blah, 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 blah," and I'm like, "I don't know." He's like, "Okay, it's the guy that looks like Abraham Lincoln, but shave him," and I'm like, "Oh, you mean so and so?" So it's like not that great with names, but once in a while I can pull one out.
Well, you saved the day for us. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. We do have one more story in the news. Before we do, though, I just want to make a note that we are recording this week's episode on blab.im. We usually do it through YouTube Live and Google Hangouts on air, but I keep on hearing great things about blab.im. So take a look at the website, see what you think, and try. Here's what you do. Okay, follow us on Twitter. We're at Galactic Netcast. You can like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just follow us all the places that we are online, and you'll be notified the next time that we're live. And you can come watch us record the show on Blab IM. If we like it, we'll let you know. But either way, we'll tell you where we're going to be doing our shows live. And that way you can kind of interact with us while we record the show. And it makes for a more enjoyable experience when you guys are involved. And if you want the link to our social networks, you can go to our website, GNcasts, that's GNCASTS.com, and click on the social network icons at the very top right of every single damn page on that damn website. All right, here we go. From Blaster, Netflix picks up a new series. It's called Travelers from Stargate SG-1 producer. I'm very excited about this because I enjoyed SG-1 and pretty much all of the Stargate series. So the series will follow a team of time travelers who go back in time via body jumping and try to avoid a terrible future. So kind of like Quantum Leap meets 12 Monkeys. Have you guys watched the TV show 12 Monkeys?
No. I haven't yet. No spoilers. It's in the queue. I have so many in the queue that I'm trying to get through. That's one of them. Yeah, I hear it is. It's in the queue.
Yeah. First season is good. Second season so far, great. It's like you can tell that they actually got more of a budget this year, the second season. So it actually looks better, and it seems like the acting is better and the stories are better. So something to look forward to, Kari.
But I have seen Quantum Leap. I think we even discussed that the last time I was on here. So
yeah,
that piqued my interest right away. And I love Stargate. And I love Stargate Atlantis was like the one I kind of fell in love with. And then I ended up going back and forward and watching the different ones. But I love Stargate. It's cool. So I'm really interested in this.
So if they can bring that team perspective and that team dynamic they had with Stargate to a show like this, it could be very interesting because what the concept is they're from the future, obviously. They travel back in time and they're in the body of somebody living back in the past. Right,
which is Quantum Leap, basically. Yeah, that's the Quantum Leap idea. So
mashing up sounds like an interesting concept.
So is it going to be like, they all jump back into like a group of people? Is that how it is? Is it going to be like a random like village of people that they're like 3 or 4 people jumping back to? I mean, I'm curious how they're going to play this out. Definitely.
Well, from the description, like I didn't include the whole story in this, but from the part that I didn't include, they talked about all the characters that the actors were playing, and it sounds like it's just a kind of a random group of people that aren't really associated with each other. So maybe they'll have to jump back and they'll kind of have to hook up with each other, like meet up and figure out that it's the people that from the future.
Oh, that's weird. What do you think about it being Eric McCormick is kind of the lead cast in this from Will and Grace?
Yeah, well, I've not seen him in anything else besides Will and Grace.
I know. That's what I'm trying to think of the last thing I've even seen him in. So, I mean, I liked him, but he's definitely more mature now. I mean, I can't even remember when Will and Grace came out, like 10 years ago, 12, 13, 14 years ago.
More than that, I'm thinking. Will and Grace, 90s show. Yeah. So it's been a while.
Was it? Was it? That hurts, man.
It does, doesn't it?
That hurts a little deeper than I thought it would when you said it. So, yeah. Oh, God. So, yeah. I don't know. It'd probably be interesting, to watch. So,
Brad, what would you look forward to in a series like this? Asking Brad the tough question.
Yeah, I would be interested to see like what their future, looks like, and get a better sense as to, I guess seeing the future and not having it be a CW show.
Okay. That
overly romantic drama whatever. I hope it sticks to a serious tone, and I mean, it looks like it's going to, but we just don't have enough details, frankly.
Who's hosting it? What network? Do you know? If you say CW, then I don't know if
that's not part of the story. I think it's still too early.
What Travelers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
it's in production now. It's going to be in Netflix later this year.
Yeah, Netflix. Damn it. Sorry.
Oh, Netflix. See, now that always makes me feel better.
Yes.
Yeah. They do good work.
I would just kind of go, and then if you don't like it, you can just binge watch it anyway and just get it over with. So it's not that big of a deal. It's like, I'm already invested. I watched 30 minutes of it. I'll watch the whole series. So
I was on Netflix the other day, and I'm like counting all the original series, and there's a lot of them now.
There is a beep ton. See what I did there?
Nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Less editing on my.
Yeah. Yep. I did it for myself. But yeah, there is a lot of series on there that you can get through.
All right, so let's look forward to mark this on your calendar to later this year. I don't know how you would do that, but keep an eye out, keep an ear out. I'm sure that we'll be updating you guys on the story. So Travelers coming to Netflix later in 2016. All right, before we continue on with this podcast, got to remind you guys that you can help us out if you want. If you have a spare $1 every month, could you please send it our way? And you can do that by going to Patreon, patreon.com/galactic netcasts, and pledging to our campaign on Patreon to pay for things like web hosting and audio hosting and things that we need to pay for. We're not trying to get rich. We're just trying to pay for the things that need to be paid for to keep us on the right track, right? So we offer rewards for all the different levels of support on Patreon. So for $1 a month, you'll get exclusive access to our Patreon-only Slack chat channel, so you can chat with us during the show via our Slack. In fact, I think maybe somebody just sent a message. Oh, okay, that was Gregor.
They're asking you to drop the link in the channel here, so that way they can go to it.
Well, I thought I did. I put the link in there.
To your Patreon?
Yeah.
In the live chat for...
Yeah. Or Slack chat. Yeah, it's in there.
No, not in the Slack chat. Put it in Blab.
Oh, okay. Anyways.
There you attaboy, Brad.
I'm on it.
All right, you knew what I meant.
All right. Oh, you were talking about the... Okay, got it. Sorry.
This is actually going to be a really good thing. I'm watching it and playing with it. I'm sharing tweets as we go, which is really nice to be able to do that and show 30 seconds of shows. So make sure
it's really awesome because you go into Twitter and you see that
it's so easy. Yeah, it's so easy and so quick, and it's all integrated right here. It's a fantastic program. So guess what we're going to be using?
All right. So so the $1 a month reward is the exclusive access to our Patreon-only Slack channel. All right, so $3 a month will get you the regular newsletter with extra stories related to all of our podcasts, because the Sci-Fi Geeks Club is not the only show on the Galactic Netcast Network. You got the Alien Invasion, you got the Galactic Gaming News, Who Knew and Reviews, Weird World Weekly, Podcast of Terror, Adventure Party, the Else Nerds, they're joining us, and Exploring the X-Files. So all those shows, you'll get the extra newsletter with stories related to those podcasts for $3 a month. For $5 a month, that will get you the extra episode. An extra episode regularly of our podcast available exclusively to our patrons at $5 a month. So again, it's Patreon, patreon.com/Galactic Netcasts. And speaking of our other shows, take a listen to this. Hang on, where is it? I lost it. It's supposed to be here somewhere.
You got this.
Damn it. I was going to be so smooth. Hang on one second. I'm supposed to play something here, and I can't find it in my audio. Hang on. Let me try this again. Here it is. All right. Okay. I'll do some editing maybe on that. Oh no, where is it? Oh, there. Okay. Damn it. This is great. This is really good. I'm being so professional right now with what I'm doing. I want to play something, but I keep on dragging it into my player, but then it's not there. So I don't know what's going on here.
Don't know.
So bear with me. I'm going to do this, do that, do this. I'm going to open the folder. Come with me on this weird trip. And I'm going to click on that. Let's see. Where is it? Right there. And right there. This is all going to be edited out in the final product. So take a listen to this. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's... What is that exactly? You know, Superman is an extraterrestrial, so you may hear us talk about him on the Alien Invasion podcast. Hey, it's Dave Nelson inviting you to join myself, Brett Ludwig, and Anessa Moyens for our weekly discussion about all things not of this earth, whether they be gray or green creatures from fiction, the latest stories from the world of science regarding the real possibility of life out there somewhere, or the claim from somebody saying they're already among us. We'll talk about it. You'll hear 3 stories from the week's news, a featured sighting, and our entertainment picks or warnings rated on a scale of 1 to 5 flying saucers, of course. All that and more every week on the Alien Invasion podcast, part of the Galactic Netcast network of shows. Find us at gncasts.com/aliens or wherever you subscribe to podcasts.
Dave?
Huh? Dave?
Hey, Dave, what's the question?
All right. Thanks for asking what the question is. Are you guys ready to answer the question of the week? Kari?
Oh, sure.
All right. Brad?
Yes.
All right. Here we go. Would you rather live in a future where time travel, interstellar space travel, or interdimensional travel existed, and why? So you get your choice. This is a future where one of these things exists. Time travel, interstellar space travel, or interdimensional travel. What do you pick and why?
Oh, God. I would say time travel. I don't need to do the interdimensional crap. That's fine.
I mean,
okay.
Let me just specify what interdimensional is.
Sure.
It's going to like parallel universes where, okay, the Nazis won World War II, or like, maybe our technology advanced faster on their world than on our world. Maybe there's a bunch of like Zeppelins flying around because that seems to be a thing with when you see on TV shows.
Kind of like a Rick and Morty situation where he kind of goes all over the places. One of my favorite shows, by the way. I mean, yeah, that would be kind of cool too. I think it'd be kind of freaky to like, like go to a world where like dogs are rulers and we're like their pets, things like that.
That would suck.
That'd be kind of crazy and creepy, and I don't know if that would work out if I could get back home. So it would be kind of always, one of those big question marks, kind of a thing. I think why I picked time travel is because there's a safety there where, I mean, I don't mind, I do have a sense of adventure and everything like that, but I think there's a sense of like scary spookiness. Like, I don't think I could have been like a Lewis and Clark kind of a thing. Like, yeah, just throw me out in the woods. Let me just go find stuff. I'm like, oh, it's never been explored. No problem. I don't know if I could be that person, but I'm the kind of person that would explore things that haven't been explored in an explored area. That's me.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like, there's like little corners of certain states or certain restaurants or certain places. I would love to delve into them more as opposed to just, just finding them kind of a thing where going into like a interdimensional, that stuff would scare me. I don't like being scared. I'm not good with it.
Okay, so if you could travel back in time to for example, 1876, you kind of have a general idea what it was like. Like you could do your research if you wanted to.
Right.
So you'd be prepared, but then you'd get a different perspective on things because maybe you can take the knowledge that you know from the future and apply it back there in your exploration.
Right, exactly. That's my point. It's like, well, we're missing some things, and maybe help some cures along, like finding diseases and cures for diseases, like helping that along faster. Yeah, it'd be kind of like, it's kind of like, what was the show? It just came out on Hulu, 11/22/63. Was that the one
with James Franco?
Yeah, I would totally do that. Like I would be James Franco 100%. I like how he kind of like went back. He knew what was happening, and he had like this butterfly effect a little bit. Like, he changed like one or two things, and things, like went crazy in the future kind of a thing. So, I mean, I don't know if I would necessarily change anything, but it'd be interesting to be able to travel back and see things that like get answers that nobody had.
So, Kari, you're in favor of paradoxes.
I am.
Causing things to be different when you get back, because that's the danger you have is if you change something, and you get back and maybe you have a different house. Yeah,
and I've seen enough of those where you're like, even Back to the Future was like that. He went in the past and he came back and like his whole neighborhood was just like destroyed, like what is going on? So yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those things, like, you have to, like, that's why I said, like, as time traveler, I mean, I think I would be more of a observer than a changer, but if things change for good reasons, sure.
All right. I like your answer.
Thank you.
Brad.
I prepared it. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't. I completely forgot that you do the question, and I completely skimmed over it. So I'm like, oh man.
You should have totally just went with that. I prepared.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah, nobody knows.
All right, so Brad, it's your turn to answer the question. Okay, so it's a future where one of these things exists: time travel, interstellar space travel, or interdimensional travel. Which one do you go to, or which one do you prefer to have in the future?
I would prefer interdimensional travel.
Ooh.
Here's why. To me, time travel is too dangerous, and quite honestly, I would hate to be the reason why I went back in time and undid the existence of my son. That would be very upsetting to me. So I would not be for time travel whatsoever. So interdimensional travel, it would be cool to see, if a different decision or a different path was taken, what would be the outcome? It's like doing time travel without undoing. You still have home base, right? You have the reality you've known and loved. If you did interdimensional travel, you might see like alternate histories that we've read about. Like, what if the Axis won the war? What if reptiles stayed? Dinosaurs didn't die out. What if a whole string of what ifs that you could visit? I think that would be cool. But still be able to go back home and still have your family be there. So
if you want an example as to how that would work, just watch the show Sliders.
Yep, Sliders or Fringe.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yep. So to me, it would be like I said, having time travel without undoing the reality that you know and love. So
okay. Good answer. I'm going to pick the one that's left, which is interstellar space travel, because it's been my dream ever since I was a wee lad that I could board the Starship Enterprise and travel amongst the stars.
Aww.
I mean, I would love to time travel, and I would love to go interdimensional. But, space travel is my first love in the world of sci-fi, and to be in a ship and actually be out there and see all that crazy stuff like nebulas and different types of stars, and the possible different alien races that may exist out there, and the ones that are scary that could wipe us out. I'd want to experience that, but not experience it. It'd be cool to see all that stuff, but actually not be affected by it. So I don't know. So my answer is interstellar space travel, and I'd love to know the history. I would love to find out the history of human development into, furthering our reach out into the stars. I'd love to go in. I guess this would involve time travel as well, because you'd have to go in the future to see what the history was of how humans got into space, or travel from not just in our solar system, but between solar systems and in the galaxy. So that's my answer.
Seems legit.
It's too legit to quit.
Okay.
But we don't want you to quit us. So please visit our website at gncasts.com. That's GNCASTS.com/geeks. That's our homepage on the main website, which is gncasts.com. Please visit there and explore all that we have to offer. All the past episodes of the Sci-Fi Geeks Club, or the main site where you can find out all the other shows on the Galactic Netcast Network, which just go back and listen to me rattle them off a few minutes ago. Go back in time yourself. Do some time traveling. And, shows that we offer here on the Galactic Netcast Network. Alrighty then. How about a little bit of this?
Watching, reading, playing, making, watching, reading, playing, making, and watching, reading, playing, making.
It's time for the Ing segment. As you could hear there, watching, reading, listening, playing, etc. Things that we have taken into our senses as entertainment in the sci-fi realm. Something sci-fi related. And I'm going to go first because I'm the man.
Yes, you are, Dave.
I don't know. I didn't have a good response there.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing near you.
Ah, okay. My ing is watching Captain America: The Winter Soldier, which just recently became available on Netflix, at least for Netflix Canada. I don't know is it fairly new for you guys too? Captain America: Civil War, The Winter Soldier.
I didn't see it listed on Netflix for us. I'm just going to pop in while you're talking and take a look.
Okay.
Because if it is, I will most certainly watch it.
Okay, so as you guys pretty much probably all already know the story of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. It begins Washington, D.C.
Nope, it's not available for us.
Ooh, okay. So this is
it's Canadian.
I got one up on you guys. Finally, Canadian Netflix is better than American Netflix. Finally, we get a win. I'm happy.
Woohoo!
So, Captain America, aka what's his name? What's his real name? Brad.
Chris Evans, Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers is jogging. Well, he's not really jogging. He's running very fast around some body of water in Washington, D.C. And he keeps on passing this dude who's also jogging. Turns out that is... damn it. What's the character's name? He plays...
The Falcon.
The Falcon. What's his name? What's his...
Sam
Wilson.
Yeah,
Sam Wilson.
Yep.
Okay, so eventually those two end up talking, and they hit it off. But Steve Rogers gets called away on business, and he has to go on a mission for S.H.I.E.L.D. Comes back from that mission. There were some weird things that went on there, and then the weirdness continues at S.H.I.E.L.D. There's people not saying certain things. There's whispering going on in the background, and then there's the actor who plays the director. He's been around for a long time.
Robert Redford.
Robert Redford. He's the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. And he's not telling. Damn it! What's wrong with my head? My memory.
I don't know. I think I rub off on people. I make everybody forget everything.
Sam Jackson. Nick Shield.
Yes.
Nick Fury. God damn it! Now you're rubbing off on me. Stop it!
I can't help it.
David Nelson.
So there's a conspiracy going on at S.H.I.E.L.D., and it turns out. Should I say? Do you think it's been long enough? Can I reveal the secret? Do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're okay.
Okay. Well, Hydra has been in S.H.I.E.L.D. for a long time. They've been working within S.H.I.E.L.D. And so Nick Fury gets killed, or so people think. Turns out he's not dead. And then Steve Rogers goes on the run because the S.H.I.E.L.D., a.k.a. Hydra, goes after him, and then he recruits Sam Wilson. He becomes the Falcon, and they eventually defeat S.H.I.E.L.D. / Hydra. It's an awesome movie. It's probably, up until maybe this next Captain America movie, it's probably the best Marvel film that's been released. Captain America, at least in my opinion, The Winter Soldier. The Russo brothers hit it out of the park with this one, and it sounds like they're going to do it again with Captain America Civil War. Plus, we get to see Spidey in action, which is awesome.
Very true.
So that's my ing this week. Kari, what do you have?
Does it have to be like sci-fi related?
No, not necessarily. I mean,
because I just kind of wrote down what I was doing this week. You know, obviously sat down last Sunday night, watched Game of Thrones with everybody else in the world. That's a like can't miss kind of a thing. Was really excited for it. Enjoying the series already. We also went and saw The Jungle Book. I loved this. We just had that marathon, and I swear every podcaster was always asking me like what movies would be good from it to make a live action film out of. I would have never picked Jungle Book, and this is probably the best live action film I've ever seen from a comic ever. Like, it was awesome. Don't recommend it for kids under 10. It has got a PG rating, but it is an awesome film. They've got Bill Murray is the voice of, was it Babu? Is it Babu? Baloo. That's it. And he, at first I was kind of like disappointed because I was really hoping for like John Goodman, but he really owned this part really well, and it was really played very well. So go see The Jungle Book. That's my plug for them. Been playing Hearthstone. Picked that up. I've always been playing Hearthstone, but you know, the new release was a big thing for me. Got my cards, still working on more. I'm always playing Hearthstone. I played a little bit of Overwatch. I was lucky got into, you know, that little release that everybody, the big push for everybody to come play. But now I got to wait until, what is it, May 4th or May, somewhere around there when the release comes out before I can play again. So that's kind of disappointing, but I'm enjoying that. And I'm listening to on podcast Serial with Bo Bergdahl, and basically it's kind of a story about an army soldier who was held captive by the Taliban for like, I think it was something like 5 years, and the controversy over this was really good. The fact that the whole army basically kind of shut down looking for this guy and how much controversy he caused. And it's a really good story. So if you got a chance to listen to Serial, it's season 2. And it's really good. So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
I didn't realize there was a new season of Serial out.
Yeah, it's all on. Listen to it; it's really good. I mean, you like Serial, so if you've listened to it, you know how they work. So it's a really good story.
I have never watched a single episode of Game of Thrones.
What?
The
that's
Jungle
crazy.
Book. I don't know if I could ever watch the live action because I'm so in love with the original animated version from.
Like Dave, honestly, trust me. Like there are some cartoons like that for me too, where I'm like, nah, they just can't do it. But the kid that they cast in this almost looked like he was just 3D from the cartoon. It was just kind of like, where did they get this kid? And he played it so well. And the animation and CGI of all the animals and everything, it was short of brilliant. I mean, Jon Favreau did this, and I was just kind of like shocked, how good it was. So I wouldn't recommend something unless I'm serious about it. And it was really, really good. I think
Is it really not good for the kiddie kids, like the small kids?
No, it's not.
Really?
There are, and I think that's what the PG rating is for. Actually, we discussed this last night on the Devil's Advocast, and we were talking about, ratings and, should things be censored. And I kind of picked the other side for this argument, just for the show's sake. But I mean, honestly, the show has a lot of dark spots, and there's a lot of come at you kind of the orangutan comes at you, and like the lion or the cat comes at you kind of a thing. And there's little pieces like that, and there's lots of fire and things like that. It's almost a little bit too much where it could be nightmarish, I want to say, for some kids. It could scare them. There's some kids out there that could handle it. It's not that big of a deal, but I would say 10 and up on a normal kid, because other than that, I think that they would have a little bit of nightmares. Maybe 9 and up, but yeah, definitely it should be restricted. So that's why it has a PG and not the G rating. Like 4 and 5-year-olds, no, don't take them to that.
Okay. Cool. Well, you didn't have to cover all the bases, Kari. But
I don't know sometimes with you guys, so I just kind of threw it out there. So if we want to have a discussion, there we go. There it is.
Well, it's good. I think you're the first person that's actually tried to cover all the bases. So,
I'm usually first at everything. So there you go.
You won the award. The first award was the first person to swear.
Yeah.
And the second award is doing more than
covering
one.
All the bases. Yeah, there we go.
All right, Brad. So in the doc, it says that you have no ing this week. Is that correct?
I'm still playing Fallout 4. That is my life.
Okay. Okay. Since last time, what have you learned since last time? The last time that you talked about Fallout 4 on this show.
No, JF, that's not what I was doing. Oh God, I have.
I love this new because we're doing it on Blab IM. We didn't have a chat room on Google Hangouts. Now we do. It's a little bit distracting.
Well, quite frankly, JF, my masturbating is not really earth shattering. Everyone rubs one out, JF. So there you go. Thanks for stopping by.
That is an ing. That is an ing.
That is an ing. Let's see. No, what have I learned? Oh my God. The cool thing about Fallout 4, besides the setting, besides having the ability to construct and modify your settlements and whatnot, the stories, the stories of individuals who either just before the bomb dropped or maybe just or after or around the time that the bomb dropped. There's so much that has gone on, and you are exploring a huge section of the Commonwealth and Boston, and because it's an RPG. I mean, you do get the chance to modify your character, build up the different stats of intelligence, strength, blah, 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 and other perks or skills within those strength, intelligence, like hacking or lock picking and things like that. Because I wanted to have an intelligent character that could do hacking and a perceptive character so I could do lock picking, I've managed to not only just gain some loot, but with hacking, having the ability to go into a lot of the computers that are the terminals that are still functioning and seeing logs of people and things that happened right before the bomb dropped. I ended up in an area where two twins had holed up in a reef area, and they found a boathouse, and they were going to repair a boat. And the stress and strain of everything that had gone on and trying to survive, they both end up reprogramming the same defense system to have the robots kill the other one, but they end up killing each other. That's just little things like that. There's all different stories that you find, and it really kind of lays out and breathes life into this whole background. So it's not just a static place that you visit and you kill creatures or save people or whatever. You're making moral choices, you are having conversations with people, and you are finding clues and having adventures, and then finding bits and pieces of what happened 200 years before when the bomb dropped. So it's just so fascinating. And that's the main reason why I'm so addicted to it, is I just keep wanting to find out more of what happened to individual people. It's like watching a Ken Burns special. You know what I'm saying? It's like watching Civil War and reading these letters from people that have died now 200 years ago. And it's just really, really captivating. So there you go. That's what I'm doing. I am playing Fallout 4.
All right. Fallout 4, Captain America, The Winter Soldier, and Game of Thrones, The Jungle Book, Hearthstone, and Serial. If you have feedback, send it to us via email, geeks@gncasts.com. Why are you laughing, Kari?
Because it's just funny. It was just so much for me. Sorry.
You want to add to that list? Mm-hmm. Anything more you got there?
I will when we do the outro. I got more stuff.
Podcasting. That's probably on the list as well.
Yep.
All right. So voicemail number 805-328-3966. You can also leave a comment on the episode page at gncasts.com. So many, many ways that you can leave us feedback. Let's see. What else? Subscribe via iTunes. And if you like what you hear, please give us 4 or 5 stars and a quick review, 1 or 2 sentences. That would be awesome. We're also on Stitcher Smart Radio and any place else that you can find podcasts, including Google Play Music. We're on there too, but only the browser so far. They haven't integrated it yet into the Google Play apps, but that is coming. So be looking for us there. Kari Simms, thanks again for being our guest this week on the SciFi Geeks Club podcast. Where can people find your stuff online? And it looks like you've had quite the list here going.
Yep, I do. Sorry. It's just a bunch of stuff. Hold on. This is the shameless plug, so give me a sec. Sorry. But Tuesday night, you can catch me on Trivia Geeks at 9:15 Eastern on Twitch and YouTube and Alpha Geeks and Diamond Club. Wednesday, you can catch me on our new show, The Devil's Advocast, with Nate Ward and Michael Johnson, and that is on inkedgeekstudios.com. That's also at 9:30 Eastern on Twitch and YouTube. You can download episodes of both shows on iTunes and Google Play. You can always catch me on Twitter and Instagram at Blinking Part, or catch me on Facebook at Kari Simms. And to announce, we are having the Con Tender, which is going to be featuring Justin Robert Young's game, The Contender, and Justin on July 24th at Martini's. Scott Fletcher and I are hosting this, and it's open to anyone. So we're pretty excited to be hosting this little mini con event. So we're calling it The Contender. So hopefully we can get some people out here.
You know Scott Fletcher in real life?
I do. And actually he was just on my show Wednesday, and we it was probably the most fun I've had in a while. He and I did it live from a bar, and we were right next to each other, so it was a lot of fun. So yeah, so Scott lives here in Peoria.
You'll have to hook me up. I'd love to get him on the SciFi Geeks Club.
Absolutely. If you want to sponsor the event, get with me after the show. So it would be great.
All right. You've been listening to a production of Galactic Netcasts. I'm Dave Nelson. On behalf of Brad, Gregor, Corey, Matt,
bye, Dad,
Anessa, JF, and of course, Kari, we'll talk to you guys next time.
Woo.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Blab, blab. I love